Hi everyone, welcome to my channel BioCatalyst 2021. In this video, we will be starting with biological classification and we will start with the first topic, that is the history of classification. Now, what is biological classification? It is arranging of organisms based on some similarities and some dissimilarities. So the earliest scientist or the biologist who considered biological classification, that is to group the organisms into different groups, categories, was Aristotle, and he gave the two kingdom classification. Because he was the first one to give the classification, he is also called father of biological classification. He divided the organisms into two groups, plants and animals. The plants were further classified into three more groups, herbs, shrubs and trees, and that was based on the size of the plant. That is, the herbs were the smallest, shrubs were medium sized and trees were the largest ones. So he used only the morphological characters, that is the external characteristic, to classify these plants. He also classified animals into two groups, one with RBC and the other one without RBC. Because he used only the morphological characteristic mainly to classify the plants into herbs, shrubs and trees, his mode of classification is known as artificial system of classification. So artificial system of classification is such a classification where we consider very few characteristics to categorize the organisms. So here in Aristotle, we can see he just classified into two groups, plants and animals. All the plants placed in one group, then he divided them in based on the size, that how big or small they are, and then all the animals placed into two categories, one with RBC and other without RBC. So that was a very we can say a very simple classification, but because he was the first one to think about classification or putting the organisms into different categories, that is why he is called father of biological classification. But this classification was still not sufficient. So the next biologist, Linnaeus, again he also classified the organisms, that is he did this classification, he also classified them into two categories. So it is also called two kingdom classification. He gave different name, that is he said for all the plants, Plantae, and for all the animals, Animalia. Now this was also a very simple classification where all the plants are placed in one group and all the animals are placed in another group. So this classification is also an artificial system of classification. There were many drawbacks in his classification, that is there was no place or no distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Even they could not distinguish between unicellular or multicellular organisms. That is, all the plants, whether they are unicellular or multicellular, they are all placed together. Animals also, whether they are unicellular or multicellular, they are all placed in one single group, that is Animalia. It also did not distinguish between algae and fungi. That is where fungi should be placed. Fungi means a saprophyte, and algae. Even it had many organisms which did not fall into either of the categories. That is, if we consider Euglena, Euglena is such an organism which has some animal-like characteristics, and it also has chlorophyll, due to which it can make food. But there was no place, or it was so confusing that where should this particular organism be placed, whether in Plantae or Animalia. So that is why there were many drawbacks in this classification. So the next biologist thought about it, and he gave the next system of classification, that is the three kingdom classification. This biologist was Ernest Haeckel, and he divided the organisms into three groups, Protista, Plantae and Animalia. So he kept Plantae and Animalia like Linnaeus, but he added Protista also. Now what did he do in Protista? He had placed all the unicellular organisms. But this one also had a drawback, that is where should the fungi be placed, or where should we place the prokaryotes. So even this classification was insufficient. So next came Copeland. He gave the 4-kingdom classification and he divided organisms into 4 groups: Monera, Protista, Plantae and Animalia. So Plantae, Animalia is same like Linnaeus, Protista also same like Haeckel. So the 3 groups were same, but he added Monera where he included all the prokaryotes under this particular group. But still this one again had a drawback, that there was no place for fungi. That is where the saprophytes should be placed. So the next one came R.H. Whitaker, and he gave the 5-kingdom classification. This classification is most commonly used till today also, and he classified all the organisms into 5 groups: Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So he added fungi to his classification. In Monera there were prokaryotes, in Protista there were all unicellular eukaryotes, Plantae all plants, Animalia all animals. But still, because he added fungi, there was a place for fungi, and that is why this classification is most commonly used. The next one, that is the last one, is given by Woese, and this is called 6-kingdom classification. He divided the organisms into 6 groups. So what he did was, he divided the group Monera into 2 groups: Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria, he included all the bacteria which are ancient bacteria, and Eubacteria are all the present day bacteria. So he divided even Monera into 2 groups. Then Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia, they are the same. So there is no actual difference between Whitaker and Woese classification. Only the difference is that he divided Monera group into 2 categories, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. That is why we actually use R.H. Whitaker classification more than Woese, because he has included all the organisms into his classification. But still we are going to study in detail that what were the drawbacks of different other classifications that we have already studied, but we are going to study how R.H. Whitaker considered different characteristics and made his classification. Now, because Woese and Whitaker, they considered many characteristics to group the different organisms and then classify all these organisms into different categories, their classification is called natural system of classification. So natural system of classification is such a classification where we actually use many characteristics to group or categorize the organisms into different categories. So I hope you have understood the history of biological classification. In the next video, we will study about details of R.H. Whitaker 5-kingdom classification. If you like my video, do subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.